This video is going to teach you how to draw a cylinder in charcoal. Think about your composition. Think about the rule of thirds, the ellipse, two straight lines down, curve the bottom so it looks round. Where do you want your table line? Doesn't have to be straight across, it can be. Take a vine charcoal. On forms, whenever there's a line separating two faces or two sides, you need a dark and a light side. Also, the cylinder is round, so you need to curve it when you're coloring like it's round. The vine charcoal blends very easy. You can put a lot of color on one side and then pull that color around with your finger or a paper towel if you want to stay a little cleaner. If you're blending on the paper with a paper towel, you want to use a dry paper towel. You also want a wet paper towel to clean your hands as you need to. The other side of the cylinder needs a little bit of shadow. Even though that's where the light side's coming from, I need that form to stand out. Continue adding shadows, darkening values, lighter values, whatever it takes to get that form to stand out. I like to make it darker behind my form where it's lighter, and lighter where the form is darker. That helps make it stand out like it's three-dimensional. Then I'm just blending as I pull that color out to create a value area. It's not quite getting dark enough, so I'm going to clean my fingers with a wet paper towel a minute, and I may take an eraser, and there's two erasers. The pink eraser will help take up big areas fast if you don't have it quite right. You can rub those crumbs and brush the crumbs away. Just don't do that on your form. If you're working on your form or trying to get just small little areas, that's what the kneaded eraser is for. And it'll help lift up little areas, press down and lift. And the dirty part can just get put back into the eraser, and the eraser takes care of that. It helps lift that charcoal up where it maybe has gotten too dark. So I'm going to go back in, sharpen up edges. I need some compressed charcoal. That's the square charcoal that helps make it darker. Create that darkest value that you need. And then you can pull it out. And now I'm less pressure, smearing a little with my finger, help blending all that charcoal out. Again, wet paper towel, dry paper towel at your desk to help keep your area and you clean. Once you have your form kind of started, then you can think about the rest of the background. I want this side not quite as dark. I don't want it to be quite as dark. I'm looking at where the cast shadow of my cylinder is on the table, and it would be pretty dark right by the cylinder, and that'll help make it look more three-dimensional. That's our goal, is to make our forms look three-dimensional. Now I've distorted the shape a little bit. I might have to come back in, eraser, and erase just a little bit to help bring that form back into the right shape. See me refixing that line and that edge just a little bit. That's one thing about charcoal. Back and forth, making it, erasing it, fixing it, highlighting it, until you use that compressed charcoal that I'm using now to really make an edge dark. You can keep working it back and forth. Once that compressed charcoal's down, it's hard to change that area. Decided I need this back corner just a little darker. Once you do one area, it doesn't mean it's done. You have to keep thinking about the complete picture. Okay, I want to blend out my background to make it all stand out. I don't know that I feel that the background is making it stand out quite as much. I may need to go just a little bit darker. I'll see here in a minute once I get closer to finished what it needs. I'm going to take some charcoal and just get a little, clean up the eraser, cleaning up fingerprints. You can help by putting a paper towel underneath of that. That'll help keep those little fingerprints from showing up if you put a dry paper towel between you and your drawing while you work. Okay, so I've got most of my smudges cleaned up. I think I might leave my table white, but the background still doesn't quite look like it's all part of the project. It makes it kind of look outlined, and I don't want my form to look like it's got this black halo around it at the top. So I'm going to start sharpening up edges, blending out the shadows a little bit more. As that shadow gets away from my form, it's going to get just a little bit lighter. It's all about values. Okay, now is when I'm going to add that wall just a little darker. It's like, oh, I really am not liking how it looks like it's outlined. I need to pull even more color in to make that background dark enough that that form really makes it look three-dimensional. That cylinder really almost pops off the page like it's standing there to make it look realistic. Think if this were a pop can or a trash can, how you could make it look like real life. So when you're drawing your cylinder in charcoal, think about your composition and enjoy charcoal.